When you hear a good idea, it's natural to do a double take. That's what you might do when you hear Discover will automatically double the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. You're probably thinking, wait, what? Yep, double the cash back is something so good, you might do a triple take. It pays to Discover. See terms at discover.com credit card.
I don't know what's going to happen next, but yeah. So what now?
Hey friend, welcome back to another episode of the So What Now podcast. Can you believe it is the second Monday of 2025? That is wild. Like, it really needs to slow down already. I haven't even been able to stick to my diet yet. Rewind. Anyway, you're probably wondering where my lovely co-host Carla is. Well, our girl had a fabulous time gallivanting around the Bahamas, but she came back with the flu. So we weren't even able to get in the studio and record a new episode for you guys this week. I am so sorry. But we still wanted to give you some entertainment to get you through this week. So what we did, y'all about to hear something from the archives. Y'all about to hear some ancient stuff. So what you're about to hear is an episode from our old Shit I'm 30 podcast. So I'm 40 years old now, y'all. This is Dex. I'm 40 years old. This is from back in the day when we used to do Shit I'm 30. Ain't no telling what you about to hear. But anyway, I hope it's entertaining for you. We do plan on getting in the studio later this week once Carla feels better. So we should have some new stuff for you, cranking it out as early as next week. So for now, send my girl Carla some healing energy. Hopefully she feels better. Send her some good vibes. And until next week, enjoy this episode from the archives of Shit I'm 30.
I hope you get what you're dying for. Be careful with me. Do you know what you're doing?
Hey, you guys. Welcome back to
Shit, I'm 30.
I'm your host, Dexty.
And I'm Carla.
Woohoo!
We're back.
Right?
I feel like we haven't taken that many days off, but I'm excited to be back because I feel like it was a really long time.
I know.
It was just 2 days ago.
I think that's the thing they talk about when you're doing something that you enjoy.
This must be it.
Yeah.
Now when do we start getting paid? So
right.
we can quit.
And it's so hard to focus at work now.
It's so hard because I want to Google other things or like do stuff for the podcast. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be doing work.
Right.
And then now it's almost close time for me.
Right.
And I'm catching up.
And it's not like I don't like my job. It's just...
No, I don't like my job. I'm good at it. I'm not passionate about it.
Yeah, it's like so hard to focus. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I need to do a million things. And I don't know if you feel this way. I think actually we talked about it. It was like once I decided that, yes, I'm going to go full speed on like other things.
Following our passions.
Yeah, like a million things are coming at me and I feel like I have no time. I feel like I'm so busy. I'm so frazzled.
I feel like I've been really busy too. And then really tired.
It's a test.
It must be.
Because when we get me, I'm keep going.
Right. Because when it gets real, we're going to be way busier.
I know.
But I feel like the day that we quit, oh my God. So I have a friend that she's getting ready to quit her job in May. She just told me yesterday.
Oh, wow.
To pursue like her passion, which is cooking. Mm-hmm. Oh, shout out to Zoe. She's really good. So she's doing all these things with cooking. And she tells me like, she had told me she was really ready to work for herself, and like now that she has a time, and it's like that's so cool. I can't wait
that
till we
is
can do
awesome.
it. Yeah, it's super cool.
But I feel like, you know, like with me feeling so busy, it's like it's already getting to a point where it's gonna be important for me to like your time is currency. You know what I mean? Like you have to be more careful about how you giving it out, who you're saying yes to, about doing things, like, you know what I mean? So
yeah, like my weekends now, I have to cherish them.
Right.
I can't just be doing stuff just for fun because we have stuff to do.
Exactly.
And during the week, it's hard. I'm gone from 8 in the morning. We don't come back till 6 if I'm going to work. No, yeah. I can't. I have to do it in the weekends as much as I can.
Right. Mm.
So that means we have to like break up with certain people and certain things.
Exactly, right?
And that brings us to our topic today,
which is breakups.
Sometimes I think it has a negative connotation to it, and sometimes breakups is a good thing.
Right. It can be a new beginning.
It is.
And for us and probably most of the people listening, right, you probably thought by now you wouldn't be breaking up anymore. You thought you would be married.
Yes.
You know, have a couple of kids, be fully settled in. And
I don't know about a couple of kids now.
It is like, it's like, what? I'm still dating? Like, what?
And I feel like now at our age, I'm looking like on Facebook and on Instagram, and everybody's now getting married,
right?
And everybody's popping a kid, and I'm like, wait, am I wrong? But then I have to keep reminding myself, it's not a race. We're all on different paths. We're all doing different things. I need to focus on me and not on what everyone else is doing. But this is the age when everyone seems to be doing that. But I'm scared that some people are doing it just because they're supposed to be doing it.
Exactly. Got to check off that box.
Yeah, and I'm not just checking off that box.
No.
It is not happening.
I'm living outside the box.
Yes. I'm making my own box.
That's right, girl. I like that.
Actually, I don't even want it to be a box.
You be having them jewels. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, but like a lot of us didn't think we would be here. I'm sure the plan was go to school, get married, have a couple kids, be settled.
And have your career already going.
Exactly.
We're taking a whole nother way.
Oh, well.
It's fine.
Yeah. So what's the worst breakup you've had, Carla?
Well, probably my first one was my marriage.
Oh, I'd be forgetting you were married.
Girl, because
that's because I didn't know you I've never known you as married Carla.
No, married Carla was very different.
Yeah.
I was young and everything, but when I left my husband, it was actually really hard just because I was pleasing other people. Like, they were telling me I couldn't leave. I needed to stay married. Once you're married, it's forever. Your child, you're going to hurt them. But I was hurting her more by being here and arguing. Well, I didn't really argue that much. It was just me.
Your children can definitely sense.
Right. Oh, she was definitely sensing it because I remember she was so young, and him and I had this one fight. Again, I think I was just fighting myself. He didn't fight back much. But the next day she was telling me, like, oh gosh, she must have been like 4 or 5. Like, why was I screaming at Daddy? And I'm just like, you know what? It's better if if we're in 2 different homes. Yeah. It's better 2 whole homes than 1 broken one. Yeah. So when I decided to leave, it was hard.
I like that. 2 whole homes instead of 1 broken one.
Yeah. And it was like, I let it go. And then after that, I think I probably had 1 more bad permanent breakup. And that one was really tough. But I got over it and I was here. And I had a whole nother boyfriend after that. I didn't die. I'm still breathing. I didn't slip my wrist.
So that, I didn't even think about that, what you just said, but that's like a whole nother level to it. There's people out there who are our age who are not only single and dating, but they are divorced, and they probably, have this whole other baggage they're carrying, thinking like, wow, not only am I not married, but like I'm divorced. Like,
yeah. I can
see how that could be even scarier.
Yeah.
It
didn't scare me. I was ready. I'm a serial dater. I went from one to the next, and they're all a long-term relationship, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm a serial dater. But definitely, we'll touch into that because after breakups, you have to take time. Yeah. But we'll touch into that in a little bit. What's your worst breakup?
So my worst breakup was my first relationship after my relationship ended with Michaela's dad. So I probably was like 22 years old.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago, but it was really my worst breakup. So the guy I was dating, right? He was the first guy that I dated that wasn't like a thug. Right? So this was totally new to me. And like, I was just trying to like do something different and start something new. So when I went into that relationship, and the stuff that I'm going to be saying right now is like, I didn't realize these things when I was doing it. But when I was dating him, like, I thought he was better than me because of like his background and stuff. So first of all, like, so he was in like the biggest, coolest frat on campus, right? He was a DJ at like the hottest club back then on like the hottest night.
So he was popping.
Yeah, so I'm like, he popping. A little old me, like, I'm like fresh from the hood. And I got all this baggage from like, everything that went down with my daughter's dad or whatever. But so that relationship didn't work out because back then, like, I didn't know how to express my emotions, right? Like, I had 2 emotions. I was happy or I was angry. Like,
I feel like when we first met, you were still struggling with some of that.
I was not comfortable expressing any vulnerable emotions. So if I'm sad, I'm going to express it as anger. If I'm hurt, I'm going to express it as anger. So when I was in that relationship, I was never really myself. So, of course, that didn't last because how long can you put up a front, right?
Not long at all.
But the reason it was my worst relationship, my worst breakup is because, like, after that, I went to therapy.
Oh.
Straight up went to therapy.
Well, that's a good thing.
Because even in all that, I recognize that you're dealing with some shit, girl. That's why you always like mad at people and you don't know how to like express your anger. So like probably like 6 months after that breakup, this was well before Instagram, but this was during Facebook. Like I would go check his Facebook, but his Facebook was private. So the only thing I could see was the picture, and I would still go look at it every day.
Just the picture.
Just the picture. And it was usually like a flyer because he was a DJ. He didn't even put like a picture. And I used to go check it and see where he's going to be and just like look at it.
You didn't show up?
No, I would never show up. I would have been too embarrassed. But I didn't realize it then. But like I was depressed. So like I went to therapy and I was like learning how that, you know, you're actually not angry. You're sad.
Yeah, you're hurt.
You're hurt. And this is how you say it. So it was the worst breakup I had. But I feel like that was when I like learned that I had issues. I didn't fix those issues then, right? But learned,
at least you were aware of them.
Yeah, and became aware of them. But
yeah, after that, once you're aware of them and you just want to keep doing it, that's just a completely different story.
That's a whole different story.
I just want to stay mad.
Exactly.
And there's times where I want to stay fucking mad all the time, and I'd rather beat your ass than deal with what I got going on inside. Like, no.
Yeah, but that was my worst breakup. I felt like if I couldn't make that work, like, yeah.
But did you guys fight about it?
So,
did you guys break up on good terms?
No. No, we didn't break up on good terms. To be honest, I don't remember, like, the reason we broke up. You know what I mean? I just remember, like, the relationship as a whole and there always being an issue. And whenever there was an issue, of course, I'm just mentioning it from my side, like what I did wrong.
We can never know what the other
side is. Yeah. I mean, and even if I do know some things, because we have had a conversation since then, like, it was that I'm telling you why it was bad for me. Like, I was depressed. It's all because like Michaela was so young. I also felt like back then, like I needed to hurry up and get a positive male figure in front of her, and so I was like depressed that didn't work out. Like, yeah, so
I never figured out why I never thought like that.
The worst.
I in my relationships, I never thought like, oh, this is gonna be my next husband. Oh, because I just got out of a damn marriage. That's why.
Married, yeah.
I didn't want another one.
And then also, your dad was a dad for Ayana.
I never felt the need to have a man there for her, just because.
Right, because she had your dad.
She had my dad. He was always there. And then, even when her dad gone, I would be really angry at her dad because I never imagined in a million years that he would leave her and I. Mm-hmm. So, I loved him. But still, I didn't think he would separate himself completely from her. And then he did. Mm-hmm. And that was so hurtful to me because I'm like, even though my dad was nowhere near perfect, he was always there, I felt like. Mm-hmm. I never felt like he wasn't there. Even with whatever happened between him and my mother, I never felt it with myself. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, how can you not be there for your daughter?
Right.
Like, what is wrong? So that was a lot of anger that I had. But as long as my dad was there, I was fine. So I think after my dad passed away, that's when I got really angry.
Yeah.
But now the judge said, bitch, you finna pay and you finna be there, okay? You ain't gonna take don't play with this goddamn judge now because I'll put your ass right back in jail.
Exactly.
Oh, no, not back in jail, but in jail.
Yeah.
What's the proper way to break up So I feel like nowadays with social media and everybody texting, communication is so much less. Now for us, what's the right way to break up? I can tell you how I broke up with somebody in middle school. His name was Miguel. And I told him that my granddaddy, before he died, told me that I shouldn't be with him no more, and I broke up with him.
Oh, my God.
So that was like 12.
Yeah.
But what's the right way to break up with someone?
I don't know if there's necessarily a right way or a wrong way, right? Because I think it depends on like the relationship as a whole and the reason for the breakup. In most cases, like when I've broken up, it's been like they did something wrong, most times cheating, and it's like it's clearly over. So there's no conversation that needs to be had. You know what I mean? It's like
so you don't talk to them again.
Exactly. Like we're done. Like I don't know if there's like a right way to break up.
Because I feel like, do you do it over text? Do you do it on a phone call? Do you have to do it face-to-face?
Sometimes it's better doing it over text over the phone seems so impersonal and like you don't care, but sometimes that's necessary for the relationship because you might have that person who's going to pull you back in. You know, you're going to have those feelings. You're going to want to touch on him. Or he might be crazy. He might be hitting you. Like, you got to go.
Girl.
He might be abusive. He might be the type of person who's, like, going to snap on you. So I don't think there's, like, a blanket right way.
I always feel like you needed to do it in person, just out of respect. But you're right. I didn't think about the fact that there's different reasons why you're breaking up. So there might just be some times that you just need to block them and never say a word again.
Exactly. And I also believe in, like, it's okay to do what's good for you. Like, that's okay. You don't have to worry about that other person's feelings so much. Like, unless you, like, legit breaking up over some, like, mutual understanding type thing. 9 times out of 10, when we breaking up, it's because somebody's not doing somebody right? So why are you so concerned with how he feels about the way you break up with him? That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. But, I mean, if it's like a 3-6 month relationship, I get it. But let's say 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. If he cheat on me, I do not have to come and say, hey, I'm breaking up with you. You didn't come and give me no alert that you finna cheat. Seriously. No.
You're right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
what do you
true.
think?
I felt always like to do it in person, but then I couldn't. Well, after my husband, I broke up with the guy after that. I don't even remember how I broke up with him. I think I told him, you need to leave my house, because he actually was staying here. And I was like, you need to leave. When I came home, everything was gone.
See, that's why, you know, you should have broke up with him when he was gone.
Yes,
His
girl.
stuff on the line.
He took even cereal, girl. He stole cereal. He stole toilet paper. He took my gun. He took Ayana's Wii. He took everything. So if you're listening, I mean, you can drop the stuff back out to my porch, okay?
Oh, wow. So you broke up with him. So he was living with you, and you broke up with him, or like, hey, you got to be gone by the time I get home.
It was All-Star Weekend.
And
I
he
still
basically
remember.
robbed you.
Yeah, he robbed me.
That is so
Straight robbed
crazy.
me. I know. I was pissed, but I just let it go. I was like, fuck it. I can replace all that. And then the one after that was the hardest one. I was with someone for a year and some change, and we probably shouldn't have been together. I found out a few months later that he was married. Yeah. But by this time, we were deep in it, and I won't go too much into that one, but it was really, really hard. Like, that's when I thought, like, everything was over. But
how'd you end that one?
He basically told me, like...
Oh, he broke up with you?
Yeah, he left me, and I...
In person?
No, over a phone call. No. Broke up with me over a phone call when shit got real.
Yeah.
Things went down, and then we actually got back together for a couple of weeks. There was like a back and forth for about 2 months. And then he came and stayed with me for a while, then he left again, and then it was time for us to like break up for real. And we had to stop talking. Yeah. And it was done, and I thought I was dying, but then I started dating someone probably about 3 months later. It was more of I can't say rebound, because him and I were friends also beforehand, but it helped. Yeah. It definitely helped to date someone else. And it helped that they were like, "Hell, come on, fly here. Let's fly there. Let's hang out." And I'm like, okay. So that helped me out. So I don't know.
So closure. Do you think closure is possible? And if so, how do you get it?
What the fuck is closure? I can't stand that closure word. Closure from what? Right. If it's over, it's over. If it's gonna keep going, it's gonna keep going. Like, there's nothing you can say to close a chapter. Well, I'm sorry, I loved you very much. Well, if you love me, I know you love me, so it is what it is. You're never going to have closures. That's just time. Yeah. I don't think there's such thing.
I feel like, so closure is like, also, like, I feel like it can be used as an excuse to linger into the relationship. Yes. But I do believe that closure is possible. And I do believe it's necessary before you move on to another relationship, so that you can move on to that next relationship with your baggage neatly packed.
But wait, you're talking about personal closure though, right?
I'm going to get to it.
Oh, okay.
Because I like really thought about this. Because the reason I'm saying like having your baggage neatly packed is because I feel like with each relationship, you're going to take some baggage with you, right? But like when you get that closure, you understand your baggage and you understand how to unpack that in your next relationship when it shows up. But I believe the closure you're going to get from yourself. You're not going to get from that person that you broke up with. Okay. So, and you're going to get that closure by examining that relationship and being real with yourself about what you did in the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it was right or wrong. Also, how did I end up with this person? How did I attract this person? If it was someone who was toxic for you, like what was I putting out there that like made me be with this person, knowing in the back of my head that they were wrong for me. So I think that closure is possible, but I think it's something that you get from yourself, because I don't think you're going to get closure from knowing why XYZ cheated on you.
And you're not.
I don't think you're going to get closure from that. I don't think that's going to make you feel any better. I think if anything, especially if you're still in those feelings, it's going to help you have an excuse to leave them. I mean, to stay with them, because they're going to be like, oh, well, I was vulnerable, or I was drunk, or, you know, you were arguing a lot. Like, yeah. Now, if you feel like a conversation needs to be had, then send a letter.
Yeah, or a text message.
Or a text message. Or, like, if you do feel like maybe you did somebody wrong and you need to have a conversation, or somebody did you wrong and you need to have a conversation, I feel like the safest way for you to do that is after those feelings are gone. And probably 9 times out of 10, once those feelings are gone, you're not going to feel like you need that conversation anymore.
Imagine a place where you can unwind and relax. IKEA can help you turn your bedroom into a calm oasis. From comfy mattresses to the perfect lights, we've got everything to create your dream bedroom so you can sleep like a baby. And the best part, all at incredible prices. Head to IKEA and grab everything you need. Get ready to rest, dream, and wake up feeling refreshed. Shop today at your local store or at IKEA-USA.com/sleep-ES and get it delivered straight to your door with our convenient delivery services. Actually, I feel like I got closure from the really bad breakup that I just told you about. It was difficult. We were in a position where we probably shouldn't have been, and we should have let it go beforehand. But we were friends before. When it happened, we were friends, and that's how it all started. So for a few years, we didn't speak. And when we spoke again, it was like, I'm sorry for this, and I'm sorry for this, and like shit went a different way. And that helped me. Like, there will never be anything between him and I again, but it's like, wow, thank you. Mm-hmm. Honestly, thank you for that. And I think, like, he can say probably the same thing. And that was probably the most mature breakup I've ever had. Or after breakup.
Yeah. But I definitely think that closure is something that you do need, but it's absolutely something that you get from yourself by giving yourself time and examining that relationship to see, like, you know, what you did wrong, what you could have done better.
Or why you stuck around for so long.
Exactly. Like, absolutely.
Because sometimes it might be something wrong, not wrong, but things that you're dealing with as to why you dealt with certain things that you shouldn't have dealt with.
Exactly.
Why'd you put up with that shit?
Right.
So how do you, once you're breaking up with them and you get this closure, how do you get to that point? How do you get over the breakup? How do you get to that where you're feeling peaceful? Okay, and this might be extreme because my friends have told me that
you are extreme. When I really break up with somebody, and even if I know I'm not, quote unquote, ready to break up with them, right? But I know I need to, I delete their number.
But you don't know them in your head?
No, I delete their number. I delete the message thread. I delete any way of me getting their number.
Dex, get the fuck out of here. I've done this a million times. I delete everything.
Then I block the number. Then I delete it. Right? From my phone completely.
Okay.
That way I know the only way that I can get this number is if I log onto like my phone account. But if I feel like the time frame for me to do that, I'm going to be talk myself down. You know what I mean? I make it so I can't get to this number.
So you don't know people's phone number by heart?
No, I don't know about nobody's phone number. Well, my grandma who's had her number like for years.
I know everyone's number by heart.
I don't know my number. Yeah. So anyway, listen. So I block the number and I delete it all. That way, even if I want to talk to you, I can't. And that way I can't go be reminiscing on our old messages when things were good.
What about pictures?
Delete all that. Block you on social media. Let my friends know. Don't give me no updates on what this person is doing. If we have mutual friends, I distance myself from those mutual friends. Or if I'm close enough to those mutual friends, I'd be like, look, like, just don't give me no updates or, don't invite us to the same place or whatever. And then I immediately start moving on to like trying to quote unquote heal. And I throw myself into something productive, whether that's something involving work, trying to get a promotion, trying to get a new job. The gym. That's how I got over my last breakup.
You got fine as fuck. Oh, it made me mad. Like, get you a boyfriend already, man.
Yeah, like I get that distraction, but I always make sure the distraction is something that's like productive. And that's going to make me like
Is that person. Now? Mm-hmm. Or have you always been that way?
I've always been a cut cold turkey.
I can't do that.
But moving on to something positive after the cut cold turkey is probably like a post 25 thing. Because it used to be a cut cold turkey. I'm about to hit the club and get me a new one. The best way to get over one is, what is it? The best way to get over a guy is to get on another one. Like,
on him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. So it would be a cut. It's always been like a cut cold turkey. But like, it wasn't before like a move on to something productive.
I have never cut
Like
cold
a
turkey.
Productive.
My turkeys are
distraction.
hot. It's never been cold. I can't do it. I'm such an emo bitch. Like always emotional, so I can't.
I'm a Cancer. I'm so emotional. Like, but that's why like I keep myself busy, and I know you can't avoid those feelings at night when you laying down by yourself.
That
right?
is the worst.
But
time.
I try to make sure like I'm so busy and so distracted that I can't help but crash when I hit that pillow. You know what I mean? Like I'm sad, but I gotta go to sleep because I've been running since who knows what time. 5:30 in the morning at the gym. Like,
right. No, man, I can go to 5:30 in the morning. I'll be tired as hell, but still at night when that shit hits me.
But when that hits you, you don't have that number to call because you don't
I know the number by heart. I
know.
know numbers. I can look at the number one time and remember it.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, it's really
But you
sad.
just gotta, and then, or even if it's something of like writing down all the fucked up shit they did, so you can
I've
refer
done that
to
too.
it.
And then I read it over and over again, and I sit there and cry. And then what I do is, once I'm done reading it, and I'm really pissed about all this shit they did, now I'm gonna call you and tell you how pissed I am, bitch. Now I'm real mad about it, and I start calling, and I'm like, you know what? And this is the fucking reason I don't want to be with you. And then they're like, all right, I'm like, leave me alone forever. And then they're like, okay. And I wait 30 minutes, and I'm like, oh, so you're really gonna leave me alone? I got some more shit to tell you. And then I keep going until like 2 hours later, we're like, I love you.
Oh my gosh.
And then get back together.
Yeah, that's why you gotta like, you can't talk. If you really want to end it, you can't talk while those feelings
You
are
can't.
still there. You cannot.
You can't.
It always leads to
Breaking up and making up.
exactly.
Which is what, girl, I am an expert.
Also, that leads us to the next topic within breakups. Breaking up and making up.
Yeah. I got a PhD. For the past, 5 years, girl? Ooh, we are so good at it. We can teach you how to do this, okay? I've had the best makeup sex ever through this one. Because it's like, well, I can say I had never, even when I tell you that I was with a married guy, I never felt like I had ever been cheated on. So
I've been cheated on every time.
no, I had never been cheated on until this relationship, a year in. And that broke me down because growing up, I mean, I would see my dad do his dirt or whatever, and I'm like, let a nigga cheat on me. See how quick, I'm not even going to say their name. I'm not talking no more. I'm done. It will never happen to me. Then it happened to me, and I lost my fucking shit. I went batshit crazy. I could not believe it. I'm like, I didn't know what I was going to feel, and I felt like I wasn't good enough. It was an awful feeling. And then I needed reassurance from him, and I'm just like, why did you do this? I don't understand. And I don't think, when him and I got together, I don't think he was ready. I think he wanted to be ready, but he wasn't ready. And I definitely wasn't ready to start talking to him because I had just gotten out of another relationship.
Yeah.
So I, again, didn't give myself the damn time I needed to take.
Right.
So I feel like our first 2 years were a hell of a fucking ride because neither one of us were ready to be in a relationship. I should have taken my goddamn time off, but I didn't. So we'll break up, and I think the longest has been maybe 3 months. That was a good one. I got to like think a lot in that one. I feel that has made me stronger. And I went back because I always go back. I can't even say why. Because I mean, he's a great person. It's just we bump heads a lot. But at the same time, we have really good fucking times, and we really love each other. So we break up and make up. But I do know him and I have spoken. I'm fucking 30 now. And if it happens again, for whatever reason, it's done. And so I'm hoping that it doesn't go that way. But we're good now.
So I had a breakup to make up relationship before. I was in a relationship with this guy. I would call him a serial cheater because he used to cheat all the time. So but it was like I was silly for being in a relationship with him in the first place. You know what I mean? Like when we met, we were dating for probably like 2 weeks, and then we already had a title child. Like we were boyfriend and girlfriend. Like you my man.
Quick.
Yeah, and you know what? It was his idea, and he pushed it. It always be the ones that's cheating want you to like quick. Like let me wipe you up.
And
So
you're like,
yeah.
oh my God, he really loves me.
Exactly. Yeah. So we were together, and then like probably like just 2-3 months into the relationship, I found out he cheated.
That's quick.
That's quick, girl. Something told me go through this man's phone. I go through his phone. There's no messages with no girl or nothing.
What is this something, I'm sorry to interrupt you, that tells you to go through the phone? Because it tells me all the time.
Intuition. But so there's no message between him and a girl or nothing, but I read his message between him and his brother. And he talking about how the girl came over. He knocked off real quick. He like, yes. It was the text message between him and his brother that I read. I'm like, So bitches coming over and you just knocking them off real quick.
Oh my God.
Yes, he was asleep. I read the text message.
And you didn't hit him with the phone?
No, I just got up and left. He didn't even know I left.
Oh.
And then the next morning, and I let him know, like, nigga.
That's the chromosome I'm missing.
Yeah.
The walk away.
Yeah. But so we broke up, right? And then we were doing like the friend thing because I'm like, oh, he's not a bad person. He just wasn't ready for the relationship. You know, we just met. Like, it was just a mistake. So we're friends. He has a whole nother girlfriend now, right? The girl pregnant.
With a whole baby.
The girl pregnant. You know, he's like, oh, I'm just with her for the baby or whatever. So we're doing the friend thing. He breaks up with the girl. Probably like the baby probably like 3 months old or whatever. And me and him start dating.
You should never date a man with a baby younger than 2 years old.
Girl, if I knew then what I know now. But so a little while into us dating, he comes over. He's like, hey, I need to tell you something. I just had another baby. Me and him probably have been back together for probably like 3 months again. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, when I was with what's her name, I cheated on her with a girl who had the girl had a boyfriend herself. And so when the girl was pregnant, she thought that her baby was her boyfriend's baby. So the girl calls him like 2 days before that and it's like, hey, I just had a baby and I think it's yours. I'm at the hospital. I want you to come take a test.
These bitches are fertile.
Yes, girl. So he had 2 break babies, basically. But I was like, you know, he didn't cheat on me. He cheated on her. So let me stay with him.
Oh, and you stayed?
Girl, I was so stuck on stupid.
Okay,
so
Gabrielle.
Yes, stayed, yeah. So I'm like, you know, it's not like he cheated on me and had this baby. He didn't know the baby was coming or whatever. So we just having our little relationship. Relationship just rocky because I'm dealing with 2 baby mamas. Baby mama, like ×2, right?
Girl.
Like, don't nobody get along. Don't nobody like each other. Like, so much drama. But I'm like sticking to it. We probably it was so draining. Like we probably lasted like another year, maybe year and a half. Then
wow, that's a long time.
Yeah. Then one day the first, well, not even the first baby mama, she's his second baby mama. But anyway, she sends me a text message. It's a picture of her on his bed naked. Yes, girl. Yeah, that's when I was finally like, okay, enough is enough.
Bitch. I want to fight. I want to fight him right now.
You have all, like, it's like, I had to ask myself, like, what are you sticking around for?
You know what you should show him?
What?
Your income tax return.
Right?
Send it to him. Send him a picture of your house, of your car, how much you make, and be like, look what you let go of and what you was cheating on.
It's like, and then he just ain't no good. Like, and he married the second girl that he got pregnant, but it's like right before he got married, he called me to check on me.
You know he's cheating on her now.
Right, and his call to check on me was him trying to cheat on her. Like, you checking on me? Like, you should have checked on me when you was cheating on me. That's when you should have checked.
Check on
yourself
me now.
before you wreck yourself. Like, are you serious right now? You
Damn.
calling to check on me? I said, don't call to check on me. I'm just fine.
Just fine.
When I needed you to check on me, like, be there for me in our relationship.
Where were you?
And do right by me. You weren't checking then. Okay?
Checking other bitches' pussies.
Exactly. But yeah, that back and forth, especially when it's a long period of time, it could be messy. Because I feel like when we're on a break, we be getting over it by like being in our feelings and crying and stuff,
right.
And they be getting over it by getting with other bitches,
right? By swimming in some. Listen,
exactly.
No, that's funny because I wanted to talk about those breakup babies, and you stayed.
I did
with 2 breakup babies.
I did.
So the 2 celebrities that I can think of in big stories about break babies were Dwayne Wade and Ludacris.
I did not know that Ludacris had a break baby.
Yes, and I just had this argument with Jay. Well, not an argument, but it was like, I know he had a break baby. He's like,
y'all
no, he
stay in
didn't.
heated debates.
Always. And I love when I call you and you're like, what? Always arguing about something. So the Ludacris one, we looked it up, and yeah, so they were broken up. He has this girl pregnant. Then he proposes to what's her name? Yuxity? I don't know how you fucking say her name.
Exity?
exit sign. I don't know.
know.
Whatever her name is. And she's so pretty, though. He proposes and marries her the same day. Right away, they apparently go for full custody. He gets full custody of the baby. Like, right away. And then the same thing, but they have the baby. But the Dwayne Wade one with Gabrielle Union was so different.
Yeah.
Gabrielle was like, I don't want this goddamn baby right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that baby was not at the wedding.
It wasn't?
No.
Aww.
It was so sad.
That is
But
sad.
at the same time, it's like...
I feel like if you're taking him back, then you're accepting what he did and you're accepting the baby. Like, that's horrible.
I think that... I'm not sure. I probably should have did more research on this. I think the baby comes by now more. But you don't see him anywhere like you see the other babies.
Yeah.
And the nephew, too, because he has, like, the full custody of his nephew.
Oh.
But I don't know if I would be able to stay with a break baby.
I know now that I wouldn't be able to because I try to do it and it's just too much drama. And it's that constant reminder of what happened. And it's that constant like, oh, how long have y'all been together? Oh, we've been together 5 years. Oh, his baby 3 years old. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's not yours.
It's that constant reminder. And it's just the drama. Like, it's just too much. It's just too much.
Yeah, and I feel like those baby mamas will not ever stop being baby mamas because they feel like they were able to get him and get pregnant while he was still in love with you so they can still get him back.
Yeah, I don't want to never say never, but I definitely feel like it's a hurdle. It's a hard thing. It will take a very mature, whole woman to be able to do that. Like,
or a chick. Like one of them two got. You got that ludicrous chick. You know what?
Yeah.
I might oversee that little baby. Which that brings them to the topic of shit talk. I'm really excited about this one. I'm really fucking excited about this one because I want to talk about baby mamas.
you want to talk a little shit.
I want to talk some shit, okay? About bitter baby mamas.
Uh-oh.
Now, anyone who has social media has probably seen a meme where it describes the difference between a baby mama and the mother of your child. And you would think it's the same thing, but it is not. A baby mama has, I think nowadays, a negative connotation. And it says it's a female who's mad at the fact that she can't have you back. So she becomes spiteful, jealous, and crazy. She tries to make your life a living hell. She'll do anything she can to make the relationship with your child difficult. She doesn't care if she hurts the child in the process of just being an asshole because she's mad, big mad. Now, the mother of your child is a woman who knows that it's over. She has no hard feelings anymore. I'm sure it probably will take time to get over it, but there's no more hard feelings. She works with you. She compromises. And you guys will have a lasting, healthy relationship for the sake of your children and making sure that everything is good. My shit talk is to you, baby mamas. Listen to me. And I can say all this because I feel like I am the perfect, stellar example of a mother of your child. I don't give a fuck what my baby daddy got going on because now he's a baby daddy. He's a baby daddy, goddammit. I don't care what he has going on. I don't care if he has a girlfriend, a boyfriend. If he wants to become transgender and be like Caitlyn Jenner, I will take him out shopping if that's the case. Be there for your daughter, and we are golden. I will not question you. I don't care what he has going on. Really couldn't care less. But these other women, and I've experienced it and been on the side of getting the hate from the baby mama. And it's like, baby girl, our children are the most important.
Yeah.
And if you have a woman on the other side that no one's going to ever replace a mother. You know what I mean? If you're alive, you will forever be the mother of that child. So stop being bitter. Stop hurting your child. Stop making things so damn difficult.
Yeah.
Just be fucking happy and move on. You've got to move on. And I mean, if it means you got to get a new little penis on the side, do what you got to do. But don't expect for that person that now that there was someone else for them to do for you as they're doing for their new partner, because it's not the same. So Lord, that made me hot.
I've always had, whenever I've dated someone who's had a kid, I've always had been in a situation where the baby mamas just hate me, and they hate me without even meeting me or giving me a chance. But looking back, when I find out things later on, it's always because the guy was on some not being honest stuff, maybe leading them on.
Yes.
Still acting like they have feelings. And so it's these girls are looking at it as though if you weren't in the way, I could have this man. every time. It's like, oh, this girl just hates me. Like, I haven't done anything. She's not giving me a chance. She's saying I can't be around a kid. Every time, y'all.
You're right. There's
Every
always
time.
like
It's always this guy. He's like playing with this girl. He's like leading her on. Like, I'm so nosy. You know how like every now and then Rick Ross' baby mama gets really messy on social media?
Yes.
I really want to know, like, what's that about? Like, is she just messy, or is Rick Ross really like a crappy dad? Like, I really want to know.
I have no idea. There's always like his side, her side, and
exactly.
the truth.
That's true. That's
so
true.
I feel like when I experienced it, for sure, there were some things there that were going on. I can understand why she felt a certain way. But after so many years, sometimes I wonder, like, what? We could have been friends by now.
Yeah.
You know, I like to cook. I could have made her a meal. You know? Like,
You was going to cook with the adobo?
yes, I would put some adobo on that bitch. I like the Creole, too.
Sazon?
Ooh, yes, I put some sazon on there. I would have made her some good fricassee con pollo. Like, it would have been lit. And the baby would have been eating real good, too. But, you know, I just wish that at a certain point we all have to like let go.
Yeah, that's true.
And even if it's not just even if you don't have a child with that person. So yeah, I'm talking shit about baby mamas right now. But even if you're not with that person, it comes to a certain time when you have to let go, let them be, and you move on with your life.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that was as much shit as I can talk today. Whew, that made me feel so much. I feel lighter.
You just let it out.
I let it out, and I feel like,
just
ooh,
listen up.
I lost a pound off of that.
I have some unsolicited advice, and you kind of actually almost just touched on it about, like, you know, it just comes a time when it's time to let it go and it's time to move on. But I feel like, so for my unsolicited advice, I'm talking about like when it's just like, because we've all been there, right? Like, it's so hard to move on, and it can be for different things for most of us. But I think most of the time, like, the root cause is just like fear of being alone when it comes to like breaking up with somebody. So my unsolicited advice for anybody who's out there who's in a relationship that you know you need to end it, you have to end it. Like, stop letting fear like keep you from finding your real happiness. When we want something so bad, it's like when something that even remotely looks like it shows up, it's like, oh, let me have it. I can make it that. Like, I can make it become what it needs to be. Like,
yeah.
No, don't force it. Like, stop settling for this shitty ass relationship and give yourself a chance at real happiness. Being alone does not mean that you are lonely.
I can say I'm scared of being alone.
I know. That's most of us are. Most of us are. But being alone does not mean that you are lonely. That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's just like, I'm just saying this to try to like encourage people, to let them know, because I know, like, I have been there before. There's so many people out there. But like, you are worthy. And once you find happiness within yourself, like, you're never going to be alone. But don't be afraid that you're going to be alone and cause that to make you like settle for like some bullshit. Like, we are bomb, y'all. Like, y'all are bomb. Anybody listening to the Shit on 30 podcast is bomb.
Oh, for sure. If they're listening,
They're
y'all
listening.
are the shit.
Yeah, like, so don't be afraid. Like, unsolicited advice for 2018, do not live in fear anymore. Step up and tell these niggas who ain't shit to step out.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us in this episode of Shit I'm 30 about breakups and makeups. We're not breaking up.
No, me and you? No,
we're not. We will not be Kaya. And what's her face?
T.S. Madison.
I'll be Kaya.
No, don't be Kaya. You know what? You probably wouldn't be the guy of the relationship. Because it looked like Kaya be like ready to fight before T.S. Madison would.
T.S. would be like, baby, but let's just be friends.
Yeah. So we want you guys to send us stories about your worst breakups. We definitely want to hear about those. Those could be very entertaining. Send us stories about how you got over those relationships, because, you know, somebody out there might need your help. Like, share in the comments. Let us know what you did to get over that. And tell us about what happened during your breakups and makeup. And were you able to stay around for a break, baby? And what does that look like? Like, how do you guys deal with that?
Yes.
How do you co-parent? Because I'm sure, right, it's possible for some people.
Clearly.
Right. So, yeah, we would love to hear it. But thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. We'll see you next Friday.
Don't forget to follow us at Shit on 30 Podcast on IG. And where can they listen to us, Carla?
On iTunes, make sure to rate and subscribe. Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
And that was a rate and subscribe, you guys. Rate and subscribe, please.
And if you don't know how to rate and subscribe, hit me up. I will walk you every step of the way on how to rate and subscribe us, and I'll shout you out for doing it for me.
Talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.